Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the proximity effect. So first we will discuss about what is basic concept of proximity effect. Proximity effect is produce effect in underground distribution system. In proximity effect is consider for the responsible for the non uniform distribution of the current. So this effect is produced. It is also one type of power loss due to the factors, the supply frequency and the shape of the conductor, shape of the uh, conductor installations, and the material used in the conductor. So we can discuss in one by one. First, the definition or explanation of proximity effect. Charging magnetic field will influences the distribution of an electrical current flowing within electrical conductors by electromagnetic inductance. When alternating current flowing through a conductor is creates an associated alternating magnetic field around it. The alternating magnetic field induces eddy current in the adjacent conductors. This alternating overall distribution of the current flowing through them, the result is that the current is concentrated in the areas of the conductors and furthest away from the nearby conductors carrying current in the same direction. So this is called the two parallel conductors are installed together, and due to the inductance this will charging current will flowing to the same direction is called proximity effect. Next we will discuss about the example of proximity effect. For example, if two wire or conductors carrying the same alternating current in parallel to one another, as would be found in the coil used in an inductor or transformer, the magnetic field of one wire will induce an longitudinal eddy current in the adjacent wire that flow in the long loops along the wire in the same direction as the main current on the side of the wire facing away from the other wire, and back in the opposite direction on the side of the wire facing the other wire. Thus, the eddy current will reinforce the main current on the side facing away from the first wire, and the opposite the magnetic current on the side facing the first wire. Next we will discuss about the proximity effect. What is this effect? The additional resistance increases power losses, which in power circuits can generate undesirable heating. Proximity and skin effect significant complicate the design of efficient transmission and transformer inductor operating at high frequencies used for the example in switch mode power supply. In this, the radio frequency tuned circuit used in the radio equipments, proximity and skin effect are losses in the inductor. It reduces the Q factor, the broadlining in broadwidth and bandwidth. To minimize this, spatial construction is used in the radio frequency inductor. The windings is usually limited to a single layer, and often the turns are spaced apart to the separate the conductors. Next we will discuss in as shown in diagram. There are two conductors are installed in parallel position. First, the current flow in the opposite direction of inductor, and second figure is the direction of the remain same as shown in diagram. There are two the conductor is mainly divided in two parts, the inner parts and outer parts. First figure we can discuss about the inner parts. There are two conductors are in parallel position, so inner side maximum linkage current will flow and the same direction, so it is called proximity effect. It is the proximity effect or proximity losses is more in inner side and near distance between the two conductors. The outer side the linkage current is same but in small. Next we will discuss about the what is proximity effect. When the conductors carrying the high alternating voltage, then the current are not uniformly distributed in the cross section area of the conductor. This effect is called the proximity effect. The proximity effect mainly depends on the factors like the conductor materials and conductor diameters, frequency and the conductor structures. Next we will discuss about the method of reducing or method of determination of the losses or proximity effect. This one dimensional method or the transformer assumes the wires have a rectangular cross-sectional but can be applied approximately to circular wire by treating it as the square with the same cross-section area. The windings are divided into the protons. Each protons begin a group of layers which contains the position of the 0 mmf of the transformer with a separate primary and secondary winding. Each winding is the portion for the transformer with interleaved for the section winding. The innermost and outermost section are each one portions, while the other selection are each divided into the two portions at the point of the 0 mmf occurs. Next we will discuss about the pros and the cons of the proximity effect. The proximity effect is what help on the radio frequency, radio sound, like the Barry White and the many of singers would sound like the skinny kids. It is the warrant for the blazing of the proximity effect. However, the proximity effect can also compromise the speech intelligibility and make the low end sound muddy when the fattened vocals and the guitars get in the way of the bass. Next we will discuss about the proximity effect and directional patterns. How the proximity effect is come? Well, there are two types of transducers, pressure transducers and pressure gradient transducers. The proximity effect can occurs only on the pressure gradient transducer, which responds the difference in the sound pressure between the front and back of the diaphragm. Next, we will discuss about the varying the proximity effect with the multi-pattern mix. The multi-pattern microphones achieves different pickup patterns by the electrically combining the two halves of the dual diaphragm capsules, because each of those halves has a cardioid pattern. Some people they claim that the multi-pattern microphones will always have a strong proximity effect gradient of the pickup patterns and selected. However, the Newman's research has proven this is be untrue with regards to the proximity effect. The multi-pattern microphones behave the pretty much like fixed pattern single diaphragm omni cardioid or the figure microphones. So the strength of the proximity effect charges with the pickup patterns selected. By concluding this video, the proximity effect is one type of effect which is produced in the underground system, and it is one of the most important considerable due to the non-uniform distribution of the current, and it is also depends on the shape of the conductor material, distance between the conductor and the supply frequency. Thank you.